Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Basically, this is the 33rd number part of the PHP part. So, one of the person told that this is the world basically which is already created. Basically. So, one of the person told that there are many cities basically who are connected with the cities. For example, one person told that assume that basically in Ahmedabad there is one city area basically that is that assume that basically that is in 1 kilometer area. That 1 kilometer area basically is directly chained with few countries. You will not able to believe it basically. So one of the person told that the person who created the Ahmedabad, he will basically if he want to fire the country basically assume that basically some countries basically he want to end, so he will fire that area basically, and that area is chained with that another countries basically. So ultimately basically the cities will get fire basically. But here basically the things will not happen on the spot basically. On the spot means Ahmedabad city fired at 1 o'clock. So that exactly at 1 o'clock basically the countries will not get end. This is how basically I'm telling about the websites basically. Through website basically is getting fire. Normal weapon basically that everybody knows, that is the nuclear weapon, this everything. So I'm not talking about that basically. So here one of the person told that like this basically things are basically ongoing. So here basically the uppercase that everybody knows, PHP basically. This is the function basically which will convert this entire word into uppercase, exactly lowercase basically. This is the function. str replace. The replace itself says that something is going to replace. str replace. Original word, replaced word, and this is the source. Reverse string basically. The function will reverse a string basically. Reverse the string basically. So it will reverse the entire string basically. Remove white space. One of the person told that there are many characters basically in AI basically this type of function basically get used. For example, there are set of keywords basically they found from the websites. They want to remove the space basically. So here basically see small little bit space is there. From this function basically this space will get removed. Not this space. This is basically one word basically. This word, this one. So this comes to one sentence basically. Sentence, paragraph basically whatever. So trim basically will remove the space from front side, left side and right side. Left, right, whatever basically. Then basically it's a convert string into array. One person told that yeah basically I want to convert the 15 words basically into array. So he told that basically there are basically function basically which can be used. Convert string into array. To display the results basically. So here basically I'm not going into detail basically. Why? Because functions basically until basically will not see through the practical basically you will not able to see it basically. So one of the person told that the best way is collect the all the functions, go to PHP editor or basically use the notepad and start writing. But mostly basically there are more than 2 lakh function basically, but it's not used basically somewhere. But if you are going deeper in the PHP, then mostly 2 lakh function will connect you basically, because the creation is like that basically. The creation of programming is like that basically. concatenation basically. One of the person said, what do you mean the concatenation here basically? So one person told that there are 15 words basically which are basically coming from different ways basically. So we want to concate that basically. So you can concate it basically like this basically you can concate it. Dot basically everybody knows that is for merging the words, merging the characters also, merging the strings basically. So these all are the different ways basically which are basically getting used to merge basically the words. One of the person told that I want to remove few characters or few words basically from the string and want to separate the that much string basically. So from that basically there is one function basically substring basically which can be used. One of the person told that here directly basically if we start the PHP it's not very dangerous. So Sunil Arnair basically told that that is me basically. I will tell that basically you first go with the little bit Excel basically. Start with the Excel and then basically go with the PHP side basically. The best way is this or basically few people basically are good into programming directly. They can directly jump into PHP basically. They can basically directly jump into the PHP also basically. Substring basically we already saw. So see basically from start from an end base the parameter it's a parameter basically from parameter and to parameter basically. So these all are connected with the substring only basically. So these all are basically the ready-made functions basically related to strings basically. So here basically new things basically comes into the picture. Here basically new things basically comes into the picture basically. That are basically other escape characters used in PHP basically. Other escape basically character used in PHP. So these all are the escapes characters basically. If you want to do new line basically, for example you have written something echo this that, then basically in last basically you used slash n. So that next line basically will be when in next line basically when you write the echo, that time basically the new line will be the next basically line will be at the new line basically. Tab is there, then hexadecimal, this all are basically the binary level things basically which basically mostly never get used with, but in AI basically this all are used basically. In AI means that everybody knows basically the set of conditions basically. The graphs basically when you are creating the graph in PHP, when basically you are creating some different types of graph, different types of programming tools basically, you are creating different types of AI tools, that time basically this type of characters basically are used basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic.